boys and girls. It's Miss Jamie, and I'm so happy that you're here to do virtual preschool with me today. While we wait for all of the friends to log on and join us, let's sing Everybody Clap with our music teacher, Miss Nancy. Here she is.
This is Everybody Clap from The Seasons. Everybody clap your hands, clap your hands, clap your hands. Everybody clap your hands, clap your hands, clap your hands. Everybody clap your hands, clap your hands, clap your hands. Everybody clap your hands, clap your hands, clap your hands. And everybody stomp your feet, stomp your feet, stomp your feet. Everybody stomp your feet, stomp your feet. Everybody stomp your feet, stomp your feet, stomp your feet. Everybody stomp your feet, stomp your feet, stomp your feet. And everybody go peek-a-boo. Everybody go peek-a-boo. Everybody go peek-a-boo. Everybody go peek-a-boo. And everybody go side to side. 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 And everybody go 1, 2, 3, woo! 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 And clap your hands, clap your hands, clap your hands. Everybody clap your hands, clap your hands. Everybody clap your hands, clap your hands, clap your hands. Everybody clap your hands, clap your hands, clap your hands.
Thank you, Miss Nancy. Oh, it's always so much fun to sing along together. Would you like to wake up Betsy Blackbird? Let's call her on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Say, Betsy, where are you? Betsy, are you back there? I think she is. Let's see. Come on, Betsy. Hello, boys and girls. Oh, I'm so happy to see you today. We are going to sing hello to our friends. How does that sound, Betsy? Pretty good? Hello, friends. How are you? Will you sing hello to Betsy? Hello, Betsy. How are you? And to Miss Jamie? Hello, Miss Jamie. How are you? We're so glad to see you. Here, here. We're all here, here, here. We're all here, here, here. We're all here together. Yay! Oh, I'm so happy to see you, boys and girls. Do you remember that this week we're learning all about artists? Yes, Betsy, you're right. I'm going to set you down. And on the very first day, we talked about a Mexican artist named Frida Kahlo. Can you remember how Frida liked to draw self-portraits? That was a fun day. And then yesterday we talked about Vasily Kandinsky. Can you say Kandinsky? And we drew Kandinsky's concentric circles. That's a mouthful. Kandinsky's concentric circles. Phew! Today we're going to learn about a whole different kind of an artist. Today's featured artist did not paint and he didn't draw. He did art with buildings. And our featured artist today is a man named Frank Lloyd Wright. That's 3 names all put together. Can you say it? Frank Lloyd Wright. Good. Say it again. Frank Lloyd Wright. Good. This is a picture of Frank Lloyd Wright. Frank Lloyd Wright was born over 150 years ago, a very long time ago. He's not alive anymore because he was very old. And Frank Lloyd Wright was the kind of an artist who makes buildings. Do you know what we call the kind of artist who designs buildings, like houses and museums and skyscrapers? Do you know what we call that kind of an artist? It has a smart word. Would you like to know? This kind of an artist is called an architect. Can you say that? Say architect. Well, that's a tricky word. Frank Lloyd Wright was a famous architect. He designed buildings. I'll show you two pictures of some buildings that Frank Lloyd Wright designed. Would you like to see them? The first building is a house. Look at this. Do you see that house? It's built into the woods and it almost looks like it's hanging out over this waterfall. He named this building Falling Water. Isn't that a funny name? Falling Water. And this famous building, this house, is in Pennsylvania, not too far from Virginia, where I live. Falling Water is a famous building that was designed by Frank Lloyd Wright, the architect. Would you like to see another famous building that Frank Lloyd Wright designed? This one is not a house. This one is a museum. And it's a silly shape, or a different shape, maybe an unusual shape. It has these round circles and it's small on the bottom and then gets bigger and bigger and bigger until the top. This building is called the Guggenheim Museum. Can you say Guggenheim? That's a funny name for a building, right? The Guggenheim Museum is in New York City. And if you visit this art museum, you don't start at the bottom, you start at the top. And then you can look at all the art and just spiral down this ramp until you get to the very bottom at the Guggenheim Museum. And do you know who designed this building? It was Frank Lloyd Wright. Frank Lloyd Wright is a famous architect. We're going to sing a song about building a house, just like Frank Lloyd Wright did. This song is called Old MacDonald Built a House. But we're not going to say Old MacDonald built a house. We're going to say Frank Lloyd Wright built a house. Do you think you can help me sing this song? We're going to have to build the house right here. What should we put if we're building a house and designing it like Frank Lloyd Wright? What is the first thing we might build? How about if we build the walls? This will be the walls for our house. Can you sing with me? Frank Lloyd Wright built a house, E-I-E-I-O. And in that house he built some walls, E-I-E-I-O. Get out your hammer, we're going to be builders. Ready? With a tap, tap here and a tap, tap there. Here a tap, here a tap, there a tap, everywhere a tap, tap. Frank Lloyd Wright built a house, E-I-E-I-O. Good. And what should we put here at the top of the house? What will keep the water out when it rains? This house needs a roof. Good. Let's put a roof on the house. And will you sing with me? Frank Lloyd Wright built a house, E-I-E-I-O. And in that house he built a roof, E-I-E-I-O. Good. I love when you sing with me. With a tap, tap here and a tap, tap there. Here a tap, there a tap, everywhere a tap, tap. Frank Lloyd Wright built a house, E-I-E-I-O. What else does our house need? It has walls and a roof. What else does it need? Tell me what you think it needs. A door? I think you're right. It's hard to have a house without a door. Let's put a door right like this. We'll use our screwdriver. We'll twist the screws to get the door to hook on. Ready? Frank Lloyd Wright built a house, E-I-E-I-O. And in that house he built a door, E-I-E-I-O. With a twist, twist here and a twist, twist there. Here a twist, there a twist, everywhere a twist, twist. Frank Lloyd Wright built a house, E-I-E-I-O. Oh, you're so good at singing. What else does this house need? So you can look out the window. Yes, let's add a window to the house. Should it go this way or maybe this way? What do you think? It's about the same, isn't it? Will you sing with me? Frank Lloyd Wright built a house, E-I-E-I-O. And in that house he built a window, E-I-E-I-O. We'll pretend like we have a cloth like this and we'll shine the window. Ready? With a shine, shine here and a shine, shine there. Here a shine, there a shine, everywhere a shine, shine. Frank Lloyd Wright built a house. Good. E-I-E-I-O. And what's the last thing that our house needs? Maybe something up here. What will go up here on the house? A chimney. For this one, we're going to use a trowel. And the trowel is used when you have to do bricks and you put the cement in between the bricks. So we'll take the trowel and we'll say, scrape, scrape here. Can you sing? Frank Lloyd Wright built a house, E-I-E-I-O. And in that house he built a chimney, E-I-E-I-O. With a scrape, scrape here and a scrape, scrape there. Here a scrape, there a scrape, everywhere a scrape, scrape. Frank Lloyd Wright built a house, E-I-E-I-O. Oh, good job. Yes, Frank Lloyd Wright was a very famous architect. Now, when an architect designs a house, they think it in their mind, but before they can start to build, do you know what they have to use? I've got something really big to show you. Look how big this thing is that I have to show you. Whoa, these are an architect's blueprints. Now, a long time ago, the ink was blue. Today, the ink is not blue, but I'm going to show you what is inside of these big blueprints. These are from a real architect. Look here. Do you see this? Inside these blueprints, oh, they take up the whole TV, don't they? The whole screen. Inside here, there are pictures of what the building is going to look like. Can you see here how there's some pictures of what the building is going to look like? And then the architect will draw a design so that the builders know where to put the walls and the floors. These are called blueprints. Aren't they so big? Look how many pages are in the blueprint, so that the architect will know where all of the parts of the house or the building go. Isn't that interesting? This is what the architect will carry around, some blueprints. Maybe when you're drawing or building a house, you might need to design some blueprints before you build it, so you know what your house is going to look like. Wouldn't that be fun if you could draw and then build? Just like an architect, just like Frank Lloyd Wright. Let's play a little game with some building tools. Over here, I'm gonna tip you down just like that and zoom, zoom, zoom you in so that you can see. Let's see. Will it let you zoom in? It will. On this tray, we have some things that an architect might use. It's hard to see me too, isn't it? Oh, there we go. This tray has some things that an architect and a builder might use to build a house. I'll tell you what some of the things are. Do you know what this one is? It has a little bubble in the middle. Can you see the little bubble? Broop, broop. Can you see that? This is called a level. And it tells the builder if the floor and the walls are straight. Do you see the bubble going bloop, bloop? This is called a level. Can you say it? Level. Good. And this right here is called a drill. Yes, you're right. Woo, a drill. And this one is you know this. Hammer. Yes. And here, these are tricky. Do you know what these are called? These are pliers. Yes, pliers. Good. And are they going to fit on there? They are. And here we have a saw. And the last thing is a screwdriver. Good. Let's say them all together. Say level, drill, pliers, hammer, saw, screwdriver. That's a lot of things. Are you going to be able to remember all of those things? Okay, I'm going to take one away. No peeking. You could see it. One of the things is missing. Which tool is missing from the tray? Do you know? It's blue. You're right. And it starts with a P. Pliers. Good job. Okay, no peeking. Look over here at my house. Let's see. Which thing is missing? Which tool is missing from the builder's tray? Do you know? It was red. Yep. And it was over here. It was a screwdriver. Did you say screwdriver? Good job. Okay, let's play again. No peeking. Look over here at the house. I'm going to take something big off of the tray. What is missing? Which thing is missing from the tray? It was something yellow, and big, and it had a bubble in it. Do you remember what it was called? It was a level. Yes, with the little bubble, right, to tell if the floors and the walls are flat. God, you're so good at this. Give your brain a kiss. Brain, you're so smart. Would you like to read a book all about some architects who designed different buildings? I'm so excited to read this book to you because there's something that I really love about it. So let me show you the book first, and then I'll tell you what I love. This book is called Dreaming Up, a celebration of building. And the thing that I love about this book, it has one of those covers that kind of slides off. I might take this off so it doesn't fall while I'm reading it to you. The thing that I love about this book is it has on every page, it has two pictures. It has a picture of a kid building a building, and it has a real photograph of a building that almost looks like the one that the kid is building. When we read this book, I want you to look to see if you can spot the two buildings that were designed by Frank Lloyd Wright. There are two in this book. Will you watch to see if you can spot one of the buildings or both of the buildings that were designed by Frank Lloyd Wright? Okay, let's read. Dreaming Up by Christy Hale. This is, if they can dream it, they can build it. So you get to dream your own building and build it. Look at this one. The little girl is building with her rings. She's stacking them up. And what is this building? Do you recognize it? Did you know it was designed by Frank Lloyd Wright? Yes, that's his Guggenheim Museum in New York City. We looked at that picture, how it's smaller on the bottom and gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Here's Frank Lloyd Wright's museum. It was on the very first page. But there's another one, so you have to watch for it, okay? Cup on cup, stacking up, smaller, smaller, and growing taller. Do you see how the kids are making a building with cup stacking? And these are real buildings in Malaysia. They're called the Twin Towers in Malaysia. You see how they look like cups stacked up, up, up until they get smaller at the top, just like the kids. Earth and water, sun and air, all around, everywhere. Cold and wet, hot and dry, mixed together, make mud pie. You see how she's building these, almost like these round bricks? And this is a building in Egypt that almost looks like the one that the girl is building. Can you see the photo of this building? That one's not Frank Lloyd Wright either, is it? Here's a kid making a building out of a box. It says, open the top and in I hop. Poke out a square to see who's there. Pull in the flap to hide from view. Can you see me? I see you. And this is a real house in Colorado. It's a real photo called the box house. Does it look like the one that the girl designed? It does, doesn't it? Here's another one that I know that you'll like. Blankets flung, stretch chair to chair. Soft roof arcs low. A cozy place, a hideaway where you and I can go. These kids made a building out of some chairs and a blanket. And it almost looks like this stadium building, doesn't it? They almost look the same. They're designed similarly. I think you might recognize this one. What do you see? Did you know this is Frank Lloyd Wright's building called Falling Water? It looks like the building is falling into the water. It's hanging off the edge, isn't it? And here's the girl making a building that looks kind of like falling water. Do you see how her blocks are hanging off of the edge, just like Frank Lloyd Wright's design? This page says, touch wood, fingers learn each form, hang shapes on air, explore new directions, every block anchored with care. Do you think you could use your blocks to build something that looks like falling water? Look at this one. I've been to this one in Spain a long time ago, and it looks like this sand castle. Fluid with water, towers twist high, sparkle with sea glass, treasures and shells, sand castle. Doesn't it look like a sand castle? It's a church in Spain, but it kind of looks like the sand castle, doesn't it? And look at this one. It almost looks like Lego blocks. One by one, block by block, plastic shapes interlock. Yellow, red, white, and black all connect in a stack. Build a world brick by brick, hold them close, hear the click. Do you think you could design a building with Legos that looks like this? I bet you could. Paper thin cards slice through space, lean, brace, hold still this moment of balance. This boy used cards to stack them together and build a building that looks like this, which is actually a fire station. Isn't that a funny looking building for a fire station? Almost like a house of cards. Easy peasy as can be. Toothpicks joining, 1, 2, 3. These kids are making a building with, looks like gumdrops and toothpicks. And it looks like this building in Canada. Right? Like it's all held together with toothpicks and gumdrops. Sticks touch like fingertips, reach high where wishes roam. Cupped between is magic space in a forest fairy home. Does that look like a forest fairy home? Built all out of sticks? Balls of snow, bags of land, bend down low, fill your hand. Pack them, stack them, circle round. Dome is, home is, built on ground. If it snows where you live, maybe you could build an igloo like this, pack the snow all together and make a building out of snow. This building is in California. It looks like it's on Mars because they're pretending to build a home on Mars. Paper tubes, stuff reused, anything does the trick. Tape or glue for strength, and you have raised a building quick. These kids are making a building out of recycled cardboard and paper towel tubes. And these kids in China actually built their school out of paper towel tubes, out of rolled up cardboard. Isn't that amazing? This one, the words go this way, so it looks like a building. It's hard to read. Let's see if I can do it. Flat wooden sticks stuck with glue, gaps in between where sun peeks through. Solid then open, dark then bright, shifting patterns, flickering light. Slats and slits standing side by side, add together, build round and wide. An open floor inviting space. Welcome door to Popsicle Place. Do you see how they've built those out of popsicle sticks? It almost looks like this building in England, doesn't it? Soft forms, tumble making, ever changing, cavern, secret space, pillow forts. They're building out of couch pillows. And look at this one. It almost looks like a couch pillow building. On the last page of this book, it has the pictures of all of the buildings. And these are the architects. These are the artists who designed each building that we talked about in the book. Isn't that interesting? Here's another page of them. Look at all of those architects. Would you like to be an architect when you grow up and design your own buildings? I know you'd be really good at that. I know you would. Well, I have a home project for you. Let me take my tray down. And here's my project for you to work on today. After the video is over, I would like to see you design your own building. And you can use anything you'd like to design your building. You can use blocks or sticks or Legos. You could use cups or pillows or cards, or you could use Play-Doh or clay. I'm going to use some Play-Doh or clay to design my building. This Play-Doh is special. It's called Model Magic. Have you ever seen Model Magic? And the reason that I chose this Model Magic is after I design my building, if I leave it out to dry overnight until tomorrow, then it will be dry and I can keep it forever. Almost like a little building sculpture. A sculpture is art that's built out of clay or metal. I'm going to make my building tall like this. I might need to give it, maybe that will be the roof, some walls and a roof. Yes, what else do I need on my building? Some windows, that's a good idea. I'm going to see if I can make this a square building. Let's see. What else should I add to my building, do you think? It's hard to see, isn't it? I wish that you were here in my classroom with me and we could build our own buildings. Wouldn't that be so much fun if we were together and we could do all of our own building together? Since we can't do that, will you send me a picture of the building that you're making? I might do a roof on my building and maybe a roof on the other building. Do you think you could design an interesting building just like Frank Lloyd Wright designed his interesting buildings? I can't wait to see what you create. I'm trying to make another roof. I don't know if that roof. What do you think of my little buildings? I know you'll be able to do a better job because you'll have more time than I will. And I would love to see what kind of a building you designed, just like Frank Lloyd Wright. It's time for us to say goodbye already. Will you help me call Betsy back? 1, 2, 3, say, Betsy, come back. Here she comes. Hello, boys and girls. Oh, I loved learning about Frank Lloyd Wright. Have you ever been to any of his buildings? No, me. Well, I've been to Falling Water. I have, because it's close by here. Maybe someday I'll take you to Falling Water, Betsy. Would you like to go to a building that was designed by a special architect? That would be exciting. Betsy, it's time for us to say goodbye to the friends. Oh, Betsy was hoping that maybe you have some birdseed that you could send to her when we're done singing goodbye. She would really like that. All right. Preschool time is over now, over now, over now. Preschool time is over now for another day. Wave goodbye to all of our friends, all of our friends, all of our friends. Wave goodbye to all of our friends. It's time to stay home and play and build and design. Hip, hip, hooray! Okay, do you have any birdseed for Betsy? She's very hungry today. Reach down and get it. And while you're doing that, I'll remind you that there's a play pack for you. And I sent you this play pack so it has some extra ideas for building. Things you can play and build to extend learning. All about Frank Lloyd Wright today. Okay, throw it here. 1, 2, 3. Thank you for the bird seed. And Betsy would like to blow you a kiss. If you want to catch it, hold your hand out like this, and here it comes. Catch it, stick it to your cheek. Give yourself a big hug from Miss Jamie and Betsy. We're so proud of you. You're a great kid, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye, friends.